Sim van der Ryn, visionary of ecological architecture. Sim van der Ryn, 1935 to 2024, was a trailblazer in ecological design, an influential educator, public servant, and architect who reshaped the relationship between people, buildings, and nature. Through more than 5 decades of teaching, practice, and policy innovation, he transformed sustainable architecture from a fringe ideal into a core philosophy guiding modern design. Early life and formative years. Born Simon Herman van der Ryn on the 12th of March 1935 in Groningen, Netherlands, van der Ryn's early life was marked by the upheavals of war. His Jewish family fled Nazi-occupied Europe in 1939, immigrating to the United States just before the outbreak of World War II. Settling first in Queens and then Great Neck, New York, the family Americanized their surname to Van der Ryn. Growing up in suburban Long Island, young Sim was drawn to the overlooked corners of the urban landscape. Empty lots, puddles, overgrown trails. These unmanicured environments, dismissed by most, became his informal classrooms, where he first sensed the interwoven logic of nature and human life. This early reverence for organic systems laid the groundwork for a lifetime of integrative thinking. Education and intellectual awakening. Van der Ryn earned his Bachelor of Architecture from the University of Michigan in 1958. Disenchanted with the sterile modernism that dominated mid-century design schools, he found inspiration in alternative thinkers such as Buckminster Fuller, whose holistic worldview resonated deeply. This early exposure to systems thinking catalyzed van der Ryn's belief that architecture must evolve beyond aesthetics to embrace ecological and ethical imperatives. In 1958, he relocated to Berkeley, California, then a nucleus of intellectual rebellion and environmental consciousness. It was here that he began his long and influential association with the University of California, Berkeley. After academic contributions, van der Ryn joined the UC Berkeley faculty in 1961 and remained there for over 3 decades, ultimately becoming a full professor in the College of Environmental Design. He pioneered the practice of design-build studios, in which students constructed experimental buildings to test energy-efficient materials and ecological principles. Under his mentorship, students explored composting toilets, passive solar heating, straw bale construction, and gray water recycling, ideas far ahead of their time. His Inverness Studio, a hands-on program in Marin County, and the Energy Pavilion, built near Worcester Hall, were early exemplars of sustainable pedagogy in action. Long before terms like green architecture or net zero entered public discourse, van der Ryn was cultivating a generation of architects who saw buildings not as isolated objects, but as living components of ecological systems. Tajik Public Service and Policy Innovation. In 1975, California Governor Jerry Brown appointed van der Ryn as state architect, a post he held until 1978. In this role, he oversaw the design of public buildings with energy efficiency and ecological integrity as guiding principles. Most notably, he spearheaded the design of the Gregory Bateson Building in Sacramento, one of the first major state buildings to incorporate passive cooling, daylighting, and integrated ecological systems. He also founded California's Office of Appropriate Technology, which supported wind and solar energy projects, water reuse initiatives, and building sharing schemes. His leadership helped shape the state's first energy efficiency standards and disability access codes, policy frameworks that have since become national models. Tajik notable works and publications. Van der Ryn authored or co-authored 6 influential books that remain foundational to sustainable architecture. Toilet Papers, 1978, a wry but serious look at ecological sanitation. The Integral Urban House, 1982, a blueprint for self-sufficient urban living. Sustainable Communities, 1986, co-written with Peter Calthorpe, which redefined suburban planning. Ecological Design, 1996, with Stuart Cowan, perhaps his most globally impactful text, blending design theory with systems ecology. Design for Life, 2005, a retrospective on his personal journey and design philosophy. Design for an Empathic World, 2013, a call for integrating compassion into architecture. His writings eschewed jargon, instead marrying scientific rigor with poetic clarity. They helped frame ecological design as not merely a technical field, but a cultural and ethical project. Legacy and influence. Van der Rijn is often credited as the father of green architecture, though he himself preferred the term ecological design, a discipline that seeks harmony between human intention and natural process. His work helped spark the appropriate technology movement of the 1970s, influenced California's solar energy policy, and laid intellectual foundations for the modern green building industry. More than a designer of structures, he was a builder of movements. His students carried his ethos into architecture, urban planning, public policy, and environmental activism. Figures such as Peter Calthorpe and many leaders in the new urbanism and ecological design fields cite Van der Rijn as a pivotal mentor. His integration of social justice, environmental systems, and design education inspired similar academic programs worldwide. Whether in rural homesteads, urban infill projects, or state capitol buildings, his vision of buildings as responsive, living systems continues to shape sustainable design today. Later life and death. After retiring from UC Berkeley in 1995, Van der Rijn remained active as professor emeritus, author, and practitioner. He lived between his modest home in Inverness and a solar-powered houseboat in Sausalito, both functioning testaments to his ecological ideals. In his final years, he faced Alzheimer's disease, but continued to engage with students, colleagues, and the public until his health declined. He passed away on 19th October 2024 in Petaluma, California, at the age of 89. Conclusion. Sim van der Rijn leaves behind more than blueprints. He leaves a cultural blueprint, a model for how architects, educators, and citizens might build with empathy, humility, and reverence for the earth. His work is a reminder that true sustainability is not a technical fix, but a moral commitment to future generations. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.